How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling, man? We back, we back, we back. We back, we back, we back. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Start off with my saying. Don't waste your time, your potential, your value, or your life, man. Don't waste your time, your potential, your value, or your life. Um, we all made mistakes in the past, man. We all messed up, nobody's perfect in life. The only thing you can do is correct yourself and keep going. Get rid of your old habits. Get rid of your old ways. Um, stay away from things that bring you back to your old habits. People that bring you back to your old habits, man. It's good to stay away from them because it's not gonna serve you no purpose at the end of the day. Like it's not going to do nothing for you at all, and it's just best that you locked in and you focus on what you need to do for your life. And you gotta, how can I say it? No matter how you feeling, what you going through, you still gotta show up for yourself every day, man. Every day you gotta show up for yourself no matter how you feeling or what you going through. And it's not easy neither. Like, it's not easy. I feel like it's not easy to show up for yourself. It's not easy to move past your feelings and what you feeling in the moment or what you feeling in general. I just feel like that's something you gotta work on, man. That's something you definitely have to work on and get used to. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Like, I'm trying to focus on, like, I might not feel like doing something today, but I know I gotta do something. I know I gotta work out. I know I gotta stream or whatever it is. Like, just just being aware of what you have to do, and what's important for you and your future. You know, all the viewers, I appreciate y'all joining, man. Make sure you sub and like for me, man. Hit that sub and like button. Hit the post notifications so you can see when I drop. But yeah, man, you have to be self aware, and have awareness around your life and what's going on. And every day is not gonna be easy. Some days it's gonna be hard, and you gotta be willing to get through that hard. You gotta discipline yourself. You gotta work on yourself. Like I said, it's an everyday thing, man. And people make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. But like, whenever you have a setback, you always have a comeback. So always be willing to get better, grow, elevate, evolve, past your feelings, past whatever it is, man. Because, like I said, every day you're not going to feel like getting up and doing what you need to do for yourself. You're not going to feel like it, man. Some days it's going to be like, oh, well, I don't want to do nothing, like, I'm down, I'm sick, whatever it is, man. You still have to get up and show for yourself. Shout out Kyle Chino. Appreciate you for joining and tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Any viewers that's new, man, make sure you sub and like up for me, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. I appreciate all the love and support. But yeah, though, man, you have to show up for yourself, man. That's a part of, self love and self growth. And you feel me? Like, all of that is important, man. When you show up for yourself and you put the work in, even when you don't feel like it, like, and that's something that, like I said, I just learned. I feel like it's very important, like, because I'm learning, like, some days where I get up and it's like, dang, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like working out. I don't feel like streaming. I don't feel like going to work. You feel me? I don't feel like doing certain things. But at the end of the day, if I want to grow, if I want to elevate, if I want to evolve as a man, I have to learn to work past my feelings, and I have to learn to, not let certain things get to you. Certain situations, certain environments, certain people, certain problems, whatever it is. You have to do what's best for you, no matter how you feeling. In order to be successful, in order to, I feel like, to reach wealth, to good health, you have to do it outside of your feelings, like, real life. Like, you have to do it outside of your feelings. Like, you can't. Cause it really, like, you really in a battle with yourself. You having a war with yourself. It's not really nobody else. It's, of course, it's things around you. People, conditions, whatever it is in life, man. Things that you necessarily been taught or groomed or grew up with your whole life, so it became a habit. But at the same time, though, it, you have to let go of your bad habits. You have to, even if it is hard, man, because it's gonna benefit you at the end of the day. It's gonna help you grow at the end of the day, and that's what's important. That's the whole goal, man. Doing what's hard, so you can enjoy your life later, man. Especially if you young. It's like, if you young, you want to do everything that's hard right now, so you can enjoy life later. Like, you don't want to be having too much fun and kicking it too much, and you know just sitting back and being too comfortable right now, and then later on you gotta struggle, and you gotta find a way. You gotta hurry up and do this, do that, do this, do that, and then you feel like you ain't got enough time to make it all happen when you could just do it early. You know that's the whole that's the point, man. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. I wanna grind early, so I can be successful later, so I can have wealth, so I can have good health, but I'm gonna put the work in now, and discipline myself now, and do what I have to do now for myself, so later on in the future, everything is going to be, you feel me, everything gonna be good. And that's the whole goal of it, man. But yeah, you gotta stay away from temptations. You gotta stay away from things that's not helping you with your purpose. Keep you some assets, man, instead of liabilities, man. And that's not just like, that's with investing, and like with friends, family, whatever it is, man. You gotta keep you some assets instead of liabilities, man, because people, like your friends or family, can be an asset or it could be a liability too, man. It depends on how you look at it, man. People coming in your life to help you, or are they coming in your life to take away from you? And it's the same way. Is it like, is the car you got, is the house you got gonna help you in the long run, or is it just taking away from you? Do you have something that's having making a cash flow for you in the long run? You feel me? Or is it just taking cash from you? And once you get in that type of mentality, it's like you really don't go back. You really can't go back, because once you exposed to something new, it's like, dang, like, I never think the same again. You feel me? Like, I never go back to that type of mentality again, because it's hard to, because now that you exposed to something new, you see a different perspective. You start to move different. You start to change your habits. You start to change a lot, and change is hard, but it's for the better though. Like, change is hard, but it's for the better though. And like I said, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect in life. Everybody made mistakes. Everybody messed up. But at the same time, though, it's like, you also shouldn't let nobody shame you or downplay you for trying to change and elevate your life and grow your life. and evolve in life, because that's the whole point of life, to mess up so you can do better, to not know so you do know, to experience so you have the understanding. Like that's the whole, I feel like that's the whole point. You feel me? And impacting, leaving a legacy, living in your purpose. All of that is important, man. You wanna experience things that you never had before. You wanna do what you was scared to do. You know, all of that matters, man. All of that plays a key part. You feel me? Doing what you scared to do, doing something you love to do, but you scared to do it. You have to overcome that fear. You have to do it being uncomfortable so you can be successful. That's the whole point, man. That's how you gonna really achieve success, is doing things uncomfortably, like really showing up for yourself and going after your purpose in life, man. Living in your purpose and doing it no matter how hard it is, no matter who it's in front of, no matter how people think, any of that. Shout out B Will 563. What's up, B Will? How you feeling? What's up, B Will 563? How you feeling? Appreciate you for tuning in and showing love, man. If you new, make sure you hit that sub and that like button, man. Subscribe and like for me, and hit them post notifications. But yeah, though, like I was saying, man, you gotta show up for yourself every day, man, cause you can't expect nobody to show up for you. And another thing is too, I saw something earlier. I was watching a guy give a game. He was like, when you get in the world, it's like nobody's going to really care how you feel. You know? No, nobody. It's a lot of people that feel certain ways every day, but they know logically they have to get up and still show up for themselves, So making excuses and your feelings is not going to matter at the end of the day, That's why I feel like it's important. That's why I always say discipline. You feel me? Doing what you gotta do, so you don't, you feel me? So you can get like a order of it. Like you can get a habit of it, doing what you gotta do even when you don't feel like doing it. Like real, like for real, man. Doing what you gotta do, so you don't, you feel me? So you don't fall behind, man. So you don't stay stagnant. You feel me? Like, so you don't be procrastinating, because a lot of people not do something because they feel like it's not the right time, or they think too much. You in your head too much. You feel like it's not gonna go good, or you're not gonna get enough support, or you don't know where to start. And man, you just gotta take your feelings out of it, and you gotta just go all in, man. You gotta go all in and put your all into it, and focus on what's important. Really focus on what's important and what you trying to do for your life to be successful at the end of the day, because nobody's going to come and change or help your life. Nobody's going to come and change and help your life. So if you look up 5 years later, and you can't blame nobody but yourself because of the position you in. Like 5 years that went past, and you don't like your life, or you didn't create the life you want for yourself. It's like you can't really blame nobody but yourself. And everybody needs accountability in life, man. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs to, oh well, I know I didn't do what I needed to do today, so I need to like self criticize myself. Like I need to realize, man, what's, like, you feel me? Like talk, like really talk to yourself, and be like, I ain't do what I need to do today, so I need to really, you feel me? Like you gotta kind of, like, it's like, not shame yourself, because you still gotta give yourself grace, because everybody make mistakes, but at the same time you gotta be hard on yourself. Really be hard on yourself if you really want to be successful and be somewhere in life, man. Be hard on yourself, but at the same time give yourself grace, because everybody makes mistakes. Like I can mess up. I can be going hard. I can go hard for like a week and then mess up one day. You feel me? But don't beat yourself down for that one day. Just be like, I know I messed up. I know I'm not perfect, but tomorrow we gonna get back at it. You know, and that's the type of mentality. That's the type of mindset that you have to have for yourself. Like I can mess up. I can go in, lock in for a week straight, 2 weeks straight. You feel me? And then one day I just have a setback, you know, doing what I used to do, you know, falling back into my old habits. And that's fine because, like I said, nobody's perfect. But just understand that I have to get back to this order that I was in. I gotta get back to my good habits. I gotta get back to being focused. You know, I gotta be on that all all the time, majority of the time, you know. That gotta be my mindset. That gotta be my mentality because I'm trying to change my life. I want to change my life, you know. And in order to change your life, you gotta change your habits, you know. And that's taking them out one. You feel me? One at a time. Taking them out one at a time, man. Like, all right, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start. Out of all the bad habits I got, you might have a bad habit of watching TV all day. You might have a bad habit of eating bad food. You might have a bad habit of giving your wasting time, man. Time management. You have horrible time management. You know, you might have a bad habit. Like it's so many it's so many like ways to have like you feel me, bad habits. It's a lot of bad habits that, you know, we don't really understand until we actually like slow down and look at it and strategically think and self analyze our life, think about our life and what's going on and everything we've done in the past years and what we trying to do in the future. You know, you don't really pay attention to it, but you got to take each one of those. You got to take one of those habits out at a time. You know, you got to take each and every one of those bad habits out at a time, man. Whether it's, like I said, the time management, whether it's the bad food, the bad people, you know, you want to start working on one at a time, taking it out slowly. Like, all right, I'm getting tired of doing this. So let me try something new. Let me take this out and replace it with something positive. You know, let me replace it with a good habit, like your time management. Like, let me instead of me watching TV 4 hours a day, let me watch it an hour a day. And then let me do something productive like work out or work on my purpose. If I like doing art, let me do art. Let me see how I can create a life off of art. Let me see how I can create a life off of being a barber, you know, being a music artist or you know, whatever it is. It's like you wanna change, put your energy into something positive instead of something negative. You know? Shout out a a ne a Nehe Pogo. Appreciate you for tuning in. If I said it right, I appreciate you for tuning in and showing love, man. Appreciate you, appreciate you. If you new, make sure you hit that sub and that like button for me, man. Make sure you spam that sub and like button. I appreciate all the love and support, man, and everybody tuning in for real. But yeah, though, man, you gotta put you gotta put your energy into something positive instead of something negative because it's easy to put your energy into something negative because when your feelings get involved, you not thinking with logic, man. You just thinking with your feelings. And because of you hurt, you gonna do some like weird things when you hurt. You feel me? You gonna do things that you're not even aware of you doing because you give your energy to your feelings. Like you ain't even thinking, you're not thinking at all. And that's why I say it all the time, man. You gotta emotional intelligence is is key, man. But it's like at the same time, man, so many people be so deep and lost, so deep and lost into everything like today that you know like you not aware of what you need to be aware of. Like you not like your conscious, none of that. You not in tune with it. You just man. You just going off of emotion. You saying whatever, you doing whatever, you don't care. And you know, it depending on how it is, it's a good thing not to care, but it's a good thing to care too. You feel me? It's important that you do care too. Like a lot of people, you will hear that reference like I don't really care no more. You feel me? Which is good to a certain point. Like not caring about like locking in and doing what you got to do and not really caring about what's going on around you. That's a good thing, but not caring like at all is crazy. like not caring about nothing is crazy because that's basically a road to self destruction. You feel me? Not caring nothing at all in the world, not even really about yourself is just a road to self destruction. So you really wanna be aware of that and just be just pay attention to it, man. Pay attention to it. That's all I'm saying. When I say aware, just pay attention, man. Pay attention to everything that's going on, man. In the world, around you, inside of you, in your head, what you thinking, what you want to do, the life you trying to create, the habits you have, paying attention to your life and focusing on what's going on in your life. Because if you not paying attention to what's going on in your life and man, then you don't really know what you doing. You just living, man. You just living. So it's important that you paying attention. You self aware, man. You know what you want to do. You creating the life you want. You actually happy in the life that you have. Is not good. I feel like it's not good to live a life that you not necessarily happy living. Now, granted, I feel like everybody has to put the work in. Everybody has to grind. Everybody has to, man. You gotta start somewhere to get to the. You feel me? Start from the bottom to get to the top. You gotta start from the bottom to get to the top, man. Shout out Janet Childers. Appreciate you, Janet, for tuning in and showing love. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the love and support, the people that's tuning in too, man. But yeah, you gotta you gotta start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, man. Some people it's very rare, like you ain't really gotta do nothing, lift a finger and you got everything. But when you for majority it's like you gotta start somewhere. You gotta put that work in, in order to create the life you want for yourself, in order to be successful and to actually achieve your dreams and goals, man. You gotta put that work in. You have to grind. You have to grind. And it's not an easy grind either. It's not gonna be an easy grind. And that's cool. You gotta be okay with that. You gotta be okay with that. But I'm like, my whole like my whole agenda and I got up today and I was just like, I have to I have to really focus on my life and what I really want to do for me and not worry about nothing else. You know? Like work on my life, work on what I really want to do for me, and just pay attention to that and put all my energy into that, because like I said, you could mess up, things can happen, man. You can make mistakes. It's life, but you still want to focus and you still want to, put the all your energy into yourself and work on yourself however you can, man. Get 1% better with yourself and tap in every day. Like tap into to just working on yourself and making your life better. That's how you do it. You tap into getting 1% better every day and making your life better. Like, and it could be, and working on yourself, I feel like it should be kind of like a lonely road, because it's like something you battling. It's a war and a battle with yourself, so looking for help all the time. Sometimes you just gotta do it yourself, and really, really talk to yourself and work on yourself by yourself. That's important, man. It's like trying to look for help all the time. Now you gotta get up and get it done. Get the job done, man. Go do it. Don't be scared. You feel me? Don't be afraid. Face your fears. Face whatever you scared of. Do what you need to do, instead of doing what you want to do. You know, be uncomfortable. Get the job done. Get the job done. It's that simple, man. Be uncomfortable. Get the job done. Do what you need to do. Cause it's a long, you feel me? It's a long, long, long way to the top. And you gotta keep climbing, man. You might get tired. You might feel overwhelmed. All of that. That's gonna happen. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna feel overwhelmed. You're gonna feel like you ain't doing enough. You're gonna feel like ain't nothing happening for you. All of that's gonna come. But that's what I say. You become a different breed when when life hits you, people, problems, emotions, situations. When things hit you, and you able to keep running. Some people gon' you feel me, want to go to the sideline, take a break. Get some water, um, slow down from running. But you got to be the one to keep running. Keep a pace. You don't want to tire. You don't want to tire yourself out. You don't want to stop running. You want to keep running. You want to keep a pace, because when everybody's stopping, when people running to the sideline and they getting water, and some people falling, and some people can't keep running, you gonna be the one that make it to the finish line. You gonna be the one to complete the race. Why? Because you kept a pace, and because you didn't give up. Like, it's so easy to give up and say forget it. It's easy to do that, especially like I said, when you tired, when you in your emotions, when you don't feel like it. It's so easy to give up and stop running. It's so easy to give up and not make it to the finish line. It's so easy to give up and give in. Give in to temptation, give in to what you like, give in to your emotions, give in to all of that, man. It's so easy, So you have to do the hard. You have to do what you don't want to do. You gotta keep running. You gotta keep a pace. You gotta do it for yourself. You gotta discipline yourself. Like I said, keep a pace. Even if I'm tired, I know the end goal. I know where I'm trying to get to. I know my why. So I have to make it to that finish line. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people ain't gonna think like that. Some people gonna fall off. Some people gonna be tired. Some people gonna be in their emotions. Some people gonna be like, forget it, man. Not even caring about the end goal and where they trying to get to themselves and where they want to be in life. You know, a lot of people ain't gonna care about that. They like, yeah, forget all that. I'm finna forget all that, man. I'm finna go drink this water, go home, and go to sleep. But hey, if you the one who keep running at a pace, man, that's gonna show a lot. That's gonna show a lot. Your character, all of that, man. Your work ethic, your effort, like all of that matters. And then that man, that just carries with you through life. So that's why it's important and it's key to just keep going. To keep striving. No matter what you go through. Even on your worst days, man, just looking at life as a blessing, having gratitude to what you do have and not what you don't have, because it's so easy. it's so easy to look at what you don't have and wish you had it. Instead of looking what you do got and going to create the life that you want, or going to get what you want. It's so easy to sit around and pout and complain about, oh, I don't got this, oh, I don't have that, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. Instead of actually getting up and going to get it. Instead of actually getting up and putting that work in and doing what you need to do so you can be successful in life. Yeah. Yeah, it sound good though. It sounds good though, cause you could do a whole lot of talking, but if ain't no action shown, then man, that talking don't matter, man. I think it said there was something like knowledge versus applied knowledge. Like, it's only knowledge if you apply it, because if you get it and don't do nothing with it, then it's just a waste of time, waste of words. And that's where the separation come in, man. Cause you can hear knowledge, but it's only about if you apply the knowledge. Like, if you keep it and store it just to have it, but ain't doing it, it's like, alright, then what's the purpose? You know, what's the reason? Like, what's your purpose and your reason? If you gonna get it and not apply and not actually put no work in, so you could be better and grow, and you know so you could be somewhere, like, so you could be something, so you can impact somebody, impact whoever. Like, for real, man. For real. It's an everyday thing. Gotta keep grinding. You gotta keep going. Gotta want it yourself, man. Can't nobody want something for you more than you. And that's how it be sometimes, man. Sometimes you'll want people to want something for you more than you want it for yourself, because you will be looking for validation, you will be looking for support, you will be looking for a clap, you will be looking for something, and that'll take away from you the whole purpose of you doing it. Even if you show up, like, that's like you showing you want to be a speaker, you want to be a comedian. It don't matter what it is, man. You want to do art. That's like you showing up at an art show, or sports, or you doing soccer, man. When you practicing, you showing up with nobody there. Especially if you wanna practice by yourself. You showing up with nobody there. You in the gym, you on a tennis court, you in a soccer field, whatever it is that you do, you showing up by yourself while nobody else is there. When nobody is in the stands and you the only person out there that's working on your skills, thinking of new moves. Oh, I can do this to be better. Oh, I can I can kick the ball better. I can um paint better. Whatever it is, man. When you there working on yourself, you by yourself. So it's like that's how you move in life in general, man. You work on yourself by yourself, and then you prepare yourself. Like, I speak on self preparation a lot, because that's important. Just preparing yourself before you go into situations, so you be ready for situations. And you're not perfect. You ain't gonna know everything that's gonna happen, or everything that's gonna come up. But at the end of the day, at least you preparing for a majority of the situation, so you ready for them. You know, like the saying, I think it's better to get ready. Nah, I think it's better to stay ready than to get ready. Just staying ready for whatever's to come. Whatever's to come. And I feel like, when I say, like, when you low key change your life though, like, you low key focus on yourself and your purpose and what you need to do for your life. I feel like everything changes, man. It's not even just Your is everything, man. Your physical, your mental, your spiritual, whatever it is, your money, all of that changes when you change your life. And you change how, you change how you want things, how you want how you want your life to be. For real, man. You create that life. You go you attract that life for real, man. It's not like no funny stuff. You really attract that life for yourself. Like when you working out, when you staying away from bad habits, when you eating good, you protecting your peace, you staying away from bad environments, bad energies, man, you start to realize a lot. You start to be more self-aware. You start to be more conscious of how you want your life to be, where you want to be, all of that stuff. All of that, man. And it's important to do that because, at the end of the day, you want to be successful. You have a purpose, and it's important to go after that purpose. It's important to lock in with yourself. It's important to create a life that you love to live, instead of just living a life, just existing. That's another key, man. You don't want to just be existing. You want to be loving life, enjoying life. You feel me? Living in your purpose, doing what you was meant to do. Whatever's in your heart that you love to do, and you don't mind doing it. Then that's the whole. That's the goal. That's where you want to get to. That's where you trying to be. That's where you trying to be, man. But well, it all starts with you. It all starts with you, man. It's not gonna start nowhere else. It's not gonna, that drive, that passion, that purpose, that discipline, that accountability, that being self-aware, you know, grace, gratitude, being grateful, all starts with you. It all starts with you, man. It don't start with nobody else. It don't start nowhere else. It's all on you. It's you versus you, man. It's a battle with yourself. It's a war with yourself before you even step outside into another war. Before you step outside to get battle tested, you gotta, man, you battle tested inside. You got a war going on inside. So it's important to work on what's inside and then work on what's outside. Clean up the inside before you try to clean up the outside. Because can't help nobody else if you can't help yourself. You can't help nobody else if you can't help yourself. So make sure you working on yourself. Make sure you doing whatever you got to do in life so you can be where you want to be. So you can be where you need to be. It's not about nothing or nobody else or what anybody else going through. Just focus on you, focus on your life, do what you need to do for yourself, and keep putting that work in, man. Keep putting that work in. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't waste your time, your potential, your value, or your life. Keep going up. Say no to things, man. Say you gotta say no. Like I said, to food, temptation, women, whatever it is, man. You gotta say no. And you gotta do what's best for you, man. No matter how you feeling in life, no matter what you going through, no matter what you want to do for yourself, man. You gotta do what's logical. I would say what's best for you, but you gotta do what's logical because a lot of people get that confused, man. People think what's best for them is however they feeling in the moment. Like, no, that's not even the that's not even the meaning of it, man. People feel like doing what's best for them is however they feel it in the moment. However you feeling in the moment, that's not a logical decision, man. A logical decision is you taking time to step back and analyze, critically think, and pay attention to what you need and what you don't need in life, and A lot of people don't do that, man. I didn't do it. I, I'm still working on it, but I know about it. I'm very aware of it. I pay attention to it. So it's important that you do that, man. Don't fall for the okey doke. Don't fall for the I need to I feel like this, so I'm gonna do this. I feel like this is the right move, so I'm gonna do this move. Just like they say with chess. You feel me? You gotta think. Like you gotta really think. Outside of how you feeling. I might want to make this move, but is it smart for me to make that move? And how am I going to look at this game being played and use it to my advantage, to the best way I can, instead of like I said, man, just hurrying up and making a decision and trying to, force something, or just because I feel like it in a moment and it feels good, I'm going to do it. Just because I'm feeling like in the moment and it feels good, I am going to do it. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Always strategically think, man. Think, man. Make the right decisions for you. For you, man. Think long term. You got to think. Don't just think a week in advance or 2 weeks in advance or 3 weeks, man. Think like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, like real time. Give it real time, man. Patience too. Patience is key because when you patient, you start to realize a lot. You start to understand a lot. And as I think that's what you say. Like as you go older, like it's more wisdom to being patient in life. It's way more wisdom when you patient. Because you grow older, you get your time, you get your brain time to, develop, and you start to see different perspectives, start to understand life from a different point of view than you did when you was a kid, because you grown and you've been through things. So it's important to give yourself time, man. Give yourself grace, and to understand that it does get better later. It does get greater later, because it's like you're not who you used to be. So with the knowledge and information that you do have, your life is going to be better. With the knowledge and information that you gain and you getting and you growing and elevating with, your life is going to be better. When you was a kid, you didn't really know too much. When you was a kid, you didn't understand a lot, so you was just doing things. Opposed to you growing up and being a man, and now that you a man, you know the game now. You know how it's being played. You know what the younger you was thinking. Sometimes you understand from other people's shoes because you were able to get older, and you were able to have, patience, grace on your life. And now that you older, you can look at things from different perspectives. You can see why people do certain things, because you've been there before. You lived through that before, but you just in a different time and now, you know. So it's like I said, man, you wanna give yourself some time, man, and you wanna understand that if I can wait it out, then I know things will be better. I know life can be better if I'm able to wait and just sit back and be like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna hurry up and make a decision. I'm not gonna hurry up and make a choice. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait, man. I'm just gonna play it out, play it smooth, see my options, man. See what time tells me, see what life tells me, what comes to me. Cause things will show up too. Things will show up in your face, as you be patient, and as time goes, man. Like say you got a question, like I don't know if this girl for me. What should I do? Like out of your feelings in spite, you shouldn't you shouldn't just jump on, just hurry up and be quick to do something. You gotta give it time, man. Conversations, just spending time or whatever it is, man, kicking it. And then once you get your data back, your evidence or whatever, your research back, you give it time, you give it patience, and then you make a choice. A lot of people, want to make a choice. Even me, want to make a choice in the moment and hurry up and pick, or be scrambling and struggling and moving quick to hurry up and make a decision. But it's best for you to just sit back and actually think and understand what you're doing, man, before you do it. That's important, man. And I feel like a lot of people, even me, missed it for real, man. It's important to sit back and really understand what you're doing, because out of emotions, feelings, and because you in the moment, you might not make the best choice or the right decision. You might not make it, and that's fine. You just give yourself grace. When you have that setback, you make a comeback. That's totally fine, man. When you make that mistake, just get back up and keep going. Just finish. Like I said, man, you wanna run that race at a pace, man. You wanna run that race at a pace. You don't wanna stop stop and then give up. You wanna keep going and focus, man. Reach the finish line, man. You didn't start to quit. What's the point? What's the point of getting halfway just for you to give up and quit on yourself? If you get halfway through the race, man, and you start getting tired, man, you got to think about, I came this far just to quit. It don't make sense. I really made it this far just to give up and quit. And when I look back, I've ran this far and I didn't finish. You know, and that's not what you want to do. You want to reach the finish line. That's why I say run at a pace. That's why they say run at a pace. Run your own race. You don't want to run fast. If you get tired quick, why are you trying to run faster than the person next to you? And they don't get as tired as quick as you. Just run at a pace and keep up with what you doing and what's gonna help you reach the finish line. Because the next person, they might be, everybody's in competition next to each other. Everybody's in competition, but the person in their mindset, like, I'm gonna just make it to the finish line. I'm gonna just make it to the finish line, and I'm gonna pace myself. I'm gonna do what I have to do so I can be successful, so I can feel good, so I can be okay with my life. That's what it's about. Don't compete. Don't compare. None of that, man. Don't compete. Don't compare. Pay attention. Like I say, man, mind the business that pays you. If that business is not mind you paying you, then don't pay attention to it. It's that simple, man. It's that simple, man. Everybody, everybody in their own business. Everybody focused, man. Everybody focused on creating the life that they love to live, man. Instead of focusing on what doesn't matter, or you know anything else that's not serving you no purpose for why you was created.